They have won only once in their last 6. Both were looking for an improvement today, and Rob McLean was watching.
Tommy McLean makes 3 changes to the team which started the 1-0 defeat by Motherwell last Saturday. Jamie Dolan comes in for still injured Siggy Johnstone, and as United bid to end their goal drought, which goes back 5 games, Ray McKinnon returns in midfield, and Gary McSweggan makes one of his rare starting appearances, with Robbie Winters relegated to the bench. Kjell Olofsson was the last man to score for United. That was over a month ago. He's their top marksman in the league with 10 Premier goals, and they badly need him to add to his tally. One of the barriers in his way against St Johnstone is Alan Kernigan. Although the Irish international defender could be playing his last game for the Perth team, the time is up on his loan spell from Manchester City. It's Kernigan and Weir at the centre of Paul Sturrock's defence, but there are changes in both fullback positions, with John McQuillan suspended and Callum Davidson injured. Northern Ireland international Danny Griffin returns and Alan Preston drops back. That creates a place for winger Lee Jenkinson, and new signing Tommy Wright, a sub against Kilmarnock last week, is promoted to the starting lineup. The referee at Tannadice is Dougie Smith. St Johnstone kick off. Paul Sturrock set his player as a target at halfway in this Premier campaign of 20 points. Well, after 17 games, they're already there and looking to add to it today. First touch for George O'Boyle. Paul Kane having a look, spreading the play. Here's Preston and Lee Jenkinson. A high hanging ball for Steve Dijkstra. Confidently clutched. That's McSweggan's touch. It was a good one for Olofsson. Maybe a sign there in Kjell Olofsson's lack of control, a lack of confidence. It's a loose one from Preston, picked up by McKinnon. Here's Perry driving forward, and a good ball for Gary McSweggan, although he'd strayed marginally offside. He's not the calmest of people in the dugout, Paul Sturrock. Presley beat O'Boyle. It's won by Paul Kane. George O'Boyle battling for possession, but losing out against Jamie Dolan. Now Andy McLaren. A chance to run at Griffin. McSweggan and Olofsson up ahead of him. And now Ray McKinnon. Pedersen against Jenkinson. Will need the ball. McKinnon gets a return, or tries to, from Gary McSweggan. He was fouled, and a free kick 25 yards out. Paul Kane organising the wall with John O'Neill. Tommy Wright in there too. Kjell Olofsson, always a likely candidate to strike one from here. And it was well struck too, and not too far off target. Powerfully hit with the right foot, but Alan Main watched it go past. O'Neill's pass finds George O'Boyle. Nicely seen, the Preston run. Nick Dazovic getting forward, Jenkinson too. Preston still trying to get round Lars Zetterlund. It's a good ball in, cleared by Malpass. That's a loose one from Zetterlund, straight back to Kernigan. Well struck. It was a long-range effort, but it did force Steve Dijkstra into that diving stop. Alan Kernigan might feel this is his last game for Saints, and keen to give them a parting gift. First time from Jamie Dolan. Out comes Alan Main. Good clearance, because Weir was struggling against Olofsson. It's not just a question of shot stopping. Alan Main operating there as the sweeper as well. A stumble from Dazovic, and cleared by Alan Preston. Shell Olofsson winding up for the long throw. That's for McSwaggan and gets it back. Flicked on by Zetterland. Here's Andy McLaren! That's number 1. And that ends the goal drought for United. 9 minutes of the match gone, and that's sharp finishing from Andy McLaren. McLaren's 6th goal of the season, and United must breathe a huge sigh of relief. Not since 1929-30 season have United gone 6 games without scoring, and that ensures that it won't happen. Well, he may not look it, but he will be a happy man to see a goal finally going in. Knocked down by Dazovic for Preston. And a clear foul that by Lee Jenkinson. Early signs of frustration, unable to find a way past Pettersson. And as Pettersson came away with the ball, a leg whipped away from him. So much of St Johnstone's play from the back flows through Kernaghan. Jenkinson, little burst of pace. He felt he was barged off the ball by Olofsson. He dived into another reckless tackle there, and Jenkinson will surely now be yellow carded. I would have thought he was fouled there, but he then took the law into his own hands with this tackle. Yellow for Jenkinson. And that's well played again by Kernaghan. George O'Boyle lets it run cleverly for John O'Neill, gets it back. The shot cannoned off Perry. George O'Boyle still has it. United know he is a real threat. Not too much menace in the shot at goal. But George O'Boyle, a very clever player. Now Pettersson. Andy McLaren. Always keen to have a go. Does well, it's a good ball in. Shell Olofsson threw himself at that. Good wing play this from Andy McLaren. He really is an exciting talent when he's on his game, and that was a very dangerous ball played in. Chested down by O'Boyle. Here's John O'Neill onto the left foot. It's a good strike. Touch too high. But that will be encouraging for St Johnstone. Twisted himself away from Dolan. Over the top. Good run by O'Neill. Found by Wright. O'Boyle in the middle. Dazovic getting there too. Away from Zetterland. Knocked in by Paul Kane. Here's Tommy Wright. It's a good effort from Wright. Stopped by Dijkstra. George O'Boyle was lurking for any possible rebounds there. United survive. That was good play from Tommy Wright. He really does look lively. In from Jenkinson, finds its way through to O'Boyle, and here's Wright! Denied again by Dijkstra. Twice in the space of a minute, Tommy Wright might well put St Johnstone on level terms. This was the second of Wright's chances, misjudged that by Malpass. It fell for Wright, good save, Dijkstra.
McKinnon! Possession!
Well, that's a fairly clear message to Ray McKinnon from Tommy McLean. Keep the ball. That looked like a push by McLaren on Griffin. Not given. Here's Perry. Bluffed it in for Olofsson! What a good header that was from Shell Olofsson. And that's a second for United. The confidence is coming back, no doubt about that. Good ball in this from Perry, spotted the Olofsson run, and headers don't come much better than that. The timing of the run was everything from Olofsson, and he left Alan Main with not a hope. Zetterlund, and the free kick goes in Tommy Wright's favour. He's been very much involved in this first half. Set pieces mean Lee Jenkinson. See Dijkstra always underneath that though. And Alan Kernahan had an arm raised as Sieb Dijkstra tried to release the ball. Yellow card. In pensive mood is Paul Sturrock. Here's Jim Weir. The Kernahan pass finds its way through to Jenkinson. Tommy Wright trying to find a way past Stephen Presley. Easier said than done. Now Dazovic. And that's a foul, surely, by Ray McKinnon. Well, he can't believe it, but I think most others can. Fiercely competitive, this match. And when Dazovic ran past McKinnon, tripped from behind. A couple of minutes from half-time, took a ricochet off the back of Georgia Boyle's head. He didn't know much about that at all, but it could so easily have ended up in the Dundee United net. Tommy Wright's free kick, and after a couple of ricochets, it dropped over the crossbar. Griffin's throw, and that's half-time, and Dundee United are back in business. They're scoring again. And they'd Andy McLaren to thank after 9 minutes with the goal which sent a lot of sighs of relief around Tannadice, and it was followed up by a second from Kjell Olofsson, a header from Mark Perry's cross. United 2 up and very much in control of this match, although for St Johnstone they'll point towards 2 first-half chances for Tommy Wright, which produced saves from Dijkstra. Half-time at Tannadice. Dundee United 2, St Johnstone 0. 1,400 empty seats at Tannadice because the final part of the Tannadice redevelopment is still to get its safety clearance. Total spend on the ground now at £7 million. United restart. They were over 460 minutes without a goal until Andy McLaren struck. Now 2 up, looking comfortable. And signs too of the confidence beginning to seep back through the veins. And a big task ahead for St Johnstone if they're to get themselves back into the game. Swiggan's flick for Olofsson, dispossessed by Preston. Tackle from behind and foul on Preston by McSwiggan, and that earns him a yellow card. So within about 40 seconds of the restart, another yellow card. Kernahan asking a lot of Griffin with the free kick. Andy McLaren, good pace, and a good ball in too, looking for Olofsson at the far post, and Alan Preston forced into conceding the corner kick. Again, good play this from McLaren. Too quick for Griffin. And Preston tucked it behind. Stephen Presley's in the area for the McLaren corner kick. Headed back in by Zetterlund. And this time works it back for Jamie Dolan. Presley stayed up. Here's Kjell Olofsson. Struck it well. Alan Main was at full stretch. It may not have been on target, that shot. It may have been going just wide, but it was certainly dangerous enough to prompt serious action from Main. Here's Dazovic and Kane. John O'Neill up ahead. It's a good ball from Kane and well saved by Dijkstra. A superb pass that from Paul Kane, and Dijkstra has certainly suffered for a brave bit of goalkeeping. Good build up this from St Johnstone and great vision from Kane. St Johnstone know they badly need a goal to lift the spirits and get their way back into this match. Tommy Wright was as lively as anyone for them in the first half. Georgia Boyle. Now a shooting chance for Paul Kane. He lined it up very carefully, but it wasn't a great problem for Dijkstra. Dazovic looking for Tommy Wright. Couldn't find him. O'Neill, early ball in for Georgia Boyle. The flag was up, just as the St Johnstone supporters were getting a bit excited. Good movement from Georgia Boyle, getting himself away from Presley, and when the ball was played, there couldn't have been much in that. Another opportunity for Andy McLaren. Swigan and Olofsson are the targets in the middle. Too close to Alan Main with the cross. Early ball from Jenkinson. A miscue from Georgia Boyle. Perry's pass. Good exchange from United. Here's McSwiggan, and a clever attempt to a touch too high, but the idea was good, and the exchange which preceded it was top class. This was United at their best, first time touches, and all that was missing was the finish. Good ball that from Eric Pettersson to Perry. Now Dolan. Perry again. Looking for Olofsson, the combination which brought the second goal. Didn't quite come off that time. Presley to McSwiggan. Winding up for the shot. And he can strike them all right. 14 goals this season, aided by his European haul. But off target with that one. John O'Neill trying to climb for the header, and he was fouled by Mark Perry. Jim Weir and Alan Kernahan both in the area for the Kane free kick. Here's Kernahan, saved by Dijkstra. And the part played in this match by Steve Dijkstra can't be underestimated. 2 first half saves from Wright, and now that one from Kernahan. Zetterlund spotting the McSwiggan run, and the ball played right into his stride. Good back heel for Olofsson. Zetterlund's made a run forward, Andy McLaren's up as well. Pedersen lets it run for Dolan. But the momentum taken out of the attack for United. And now they start again with McLaren. That's looking for Olofsson. Found him well, but the Swede couldn't keep the header down. And he's so dangerous in these positions. Olofsson makes good runs, and he's difficult to beat in the air. Presley's header. Pedersen to McSwiggan, trying to lay that off for Kjell Olofsson. Preston leaves it for Jenkinson. He's away from McSwiggan. Ball in for Roddy Grant. That was an important challenge from Presley. In from Kane. And a shooting chance for Roddy Grant. Malpass in the way. Now Dazovic. St Johnstone applying some pressure here. Away from Duffy. Pedersen made the clearance and was caught late by Lee Jenkinson. And Lee Jenkinson has been booked already, and for his second bookable offence, Lee Jenkinson is making the walk. This was the challenge on Pedersen. More careless than malicious there. But that's 2 yellow cards making a red, and St Johnstone already 2 goals down, and now 1 man down. And here's public enemy number 1 as far as the St Johnstone supporters are concerned, having featured in that incident, which got a red card for Lee Jenkinson. Good ball from Dolan, always aware of where McLaren was. To the right foot, then onto the left. Lofted up for Olofsson. Couldn't get the header. That looked a real chance for number 3 for United. Again, good play. Good quality ball in. There's O'Neill again. Halloran on the outside. Boyle and Grant through the middle. Didn't get that far. John O'Neill gives the ball away to Jamie Dolan. Robbie Winters is up. Lars Zetterlund getting there. Might not need any of them, but Jamie Dolan, good shot, good attempt, but good positioning as well from Alan Main to make the save. O'Neill against Dolan. Gets it back from Georgia Boyle.
Come on, Shell!
In from Kane. What a goal from Paul Kane. There will be arguments afterwards about how much he meant that, but if he did, that is an absolutely superb piece of finishing from Paul Kane. He got it back from John O'Neill, spotted Dijkstra off his line. Absolutely superb. I think we would have to give Paul Kane the benefit of the doubt here. That really was inch perfect. Now just a chance that Paul Sturrock and St Johnstone can get something out of this. Back to Kane. Halloran beaten by Perry. St Johnstone desperate to get the ball back into play. A foul on Grant by Dolan. Not one of Jamie Dolan's more subtle efforts. And St Johnstone want to get on with this, and Roddy Grant's in a bad way. 6 in the area for St Johnstone. Alan Preston over the free kick, flighted in, nobody could get there. It was a tempting ball played in, but Georgia Boyle and the others could not put a head to it. Everyone jockeying for position, and the ball harmlessly through. Tommy McLean very agitated. He realises, having been 2 up, his team might have to settle for a point should St Johnstone score again. Covering by Malpass. Some nervy play though by United. But they can relax now, because that's full time. Dundee United have won the match, but they have to survive an onslaught at the end. And Tommy McLean shakes his head. He won't be happy about the way the match finished for Dundee United. That's fairly clear from his reaction there. They built themselves into a comfortable position. 2 up at half-time, goals from Andy McLaren and Kjell Olofsson. But back came St Johnstone. Paul Kane scored with a quite spectacular effort from 30 yards, chipping the ball over the head of Sieb Dijkstra. But United holding out. Their scoring drought has ended, and they're back on a winning streak as well. At Tannadice, Dundee United 2, St Johnstone 1.
Tommy, we saw your face at the end of the match, and despite a 2-1 win, you didn't look too happy.
No, I think the way it was a game that we were well in control of, and it's one of these things. I think it was understandable, nervy in the latter stages because we haven't been winning of late. But a mistake for the goalkeeper, who other than that was magnificent all day, taking crosses, and you can't criticise him for that because he's came and the boy I think's missed hit the thing and it's went over him. But that puts us under pressure, starts the nerve aspect. But it's a game I think we should have won hands down. Especially after how we started it. The frustrating part is the final delivery in the second half wasn't the cutting edge still wasn't there.
There's a gulf opened up between the top 3 and the rest. Do you think you can eat away at that?
Well, hopefully that's what we're talking about there. You know, at the moment we're still showing nerves and lack of belief in the thing. You know, when you're 2-0 up, normally you pass the ball about with authority, but today we were still too hesitant in passing it about. But the major thing today was basically getting a result and killing this thing about no scoring goals.
I don't think we deserved anything out of it. I think our first half performance was well below the standards we've been achieving lately, and to lose the 2 goals so early was very, very disappointing. I had mentioned to the players that the first half hour would be important in this game and after half hour we're 2-0 down and chasing the game.
So what went wrong? Was that a lack of belief about your players?
Well, we've had a torrid week. I'm saying again, you know, we've had to put Danny Griffin to right back today. Philip Scott's pulled out late on the day. John O'Neill's had to try a different position, and it's not been the best of weeks. But to be fair, you know, the pleasing thing, and you've always got to take something out of the game, is how we kept battling on, and in the end, he made it quite an exciting last 10 minutes.
Yes, United getting the win and the goals that Tommy McLean was looking for. Interesting to hear Paul Sturrock say we didn't deserve anything, Gordon, because a few times this season he's genuinely felt his team have perhaps not got out of games what they deserved, but he's no complaints today.
I think it's an honest assessment from him. I think that managers sometimes don't take a step back from it and see it the way they should, but I think United were always slightly in front, although, you haven't said that, you know, St Johnstone were always pegging away. They'd 1 or 2 chances to score, but I think that United could have stepped it up and won the game, although the flurry at the end. Interesting to see Tommy McLean. I played with Tommy McLean 3 years at Rangers and also played with Kilmarnock, and he was always a happy-go-lucky wee fella.
What happened?
What a change in a man, I can't believe it. He never seems satisfied. He's one of these managers that doesn't always go in the result, to be fair.
Yes.
He's reacting there off the back of the performance.
And the cares of management, but he'd be happy with the 2 Dundee United goals then. Both coming from high balls, really, I suppose, and it was cross balls a lot of the time today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of crosses in the box. It's well delivered in here, a little flick on, and I think McLaren's looking initially for a foul, probably in the box, as if he's been pushed.
I think there was a push actually.
Yeah,
wasn't
he reacts very quickly though, having seen that the ball does drop to him. You can see there he gets a little nudge forward, but very, very quickly onto it, and that's a good finish.
And a great cross and terrific header for the second goal.
Yeah, it's a good ball here, played out wide, and McLaren again, he's doing well. This is Perry, obviously, swinging it in here. Good header from Olofsson. That's a great run he makes across the front of the defender there. You can see Perry there just delivers it in the box. All he's trying to do is just put it into an area where Olofsson can attack it. We've seen him very often in the past, that aerial power he's got to come off defenders, get in front of him, and then manage to put it away from the keeper.
Yeah. From St Johnstone's point of view, they got this incredible goal back, of course, which I think you and I probably disagree about. I mean, did Paul Kane mean to do this, or did he not? Let's have a look and see what you think.
It was
good
a good
build-up, wasn't it?
Yeah, the build-up was excellent. Right from their own box, taking it forward here, and you know, they had a run. He's running at defenders, and as it came back to him there, he's taking it and he just cuts it back to Paul Kane. Nowhere else to go here. And you see, I think he's looking for a cross. I think he's trying to deliver this to the back post.
To whom?
And you think, well,
there's nobody there.
I think Roddy Grant's there, but you actually think.
I genuinely think he's had a quick look and he said, here we go, and he's knocked it straight into the back of the net.
If he has, let's give Paul Kane the credit
Sure.
here. He's a good player and he's capable of doing that sort of thing, but his reaction sort of told me that he wasn't exactly.
Didn't look as delighted as he maybe
If
should
you
have
watch
been.
it as well, the ball took a little bobble up, so it was just slightly aired as he hit it, and I think that just took him, didn't get his foot round it the way he wanted to.
Right.
A ball for Roddy Grant, but
I'm waiting for the Alan Hansen line. Terrible defending. No, we're not going to get that. Are we?
well, to see Dexter was only about 2 yards off his line. If he's actually seen him off his line when the ball's cut back from that sort of distance, then all credit to him.
Yeah. Now, Seb Dijkstra, maybe at fault for that one, maybe a little too far off his line, but overall he saved United twice, 3 times really, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's a good keeper. The good thing about him is being such a tall goalkeeper, he takes everything in the air, he comes for all the crosses, but he also gets down pretty well there too. He's sharp at getting down to these sort of balls across the goals. This is a decent save as well here. Just after that one, only about a minute later, 2 minutes later at most, he's had to react and use his feet that time. And there's sometimes the hardest ones to deal with, the ones that are in close to your feet. And once again here, you see him, he doesn't hold this, but his reaction's good as Kernigan fires this in. His defenders help out, to be fair to him, because that could easily fall down. We saw recently against Celtic when he did the same, it spilled and Larsson went in and finished it off.
Sure.
But on that occasion his defenders helped him. But I think he's a goalkeeper that relies on his confidence a lot, and he started the season well, and maybe he's getting his form back now.
That's right, continuing the good form. Halfway stage, report card time for Dundee United and St Johnstone. What would you say?
Dundee United had a slow start, as we know, but they came good for a long spell. The League Cup, the results against Celtic seemed to kill them a little bit, and this is them just getting back to their form now. I think they lost a lot of confidence. St Johnstone are just stuttering along, to be honest with you. They're not doing anything wonderful or anything bad at the moment, but I don't think they're going to be out the relegation dogfight right to the very end.
Yeah, I think that can be said of most of the teams in the division, to be fair though. United in fact staying 4th after today's win, but it's all change above them. Well, Rangers take over at the top at the halfway stage thanks to a 5-2 win over Hearts at Tynecastle. Gordon Durie scored a hat-trick, his first since the '96 Cup final against the same opposition. And despite having Rino Gattuso sent off, Rangers were in the end comfortable winners over a Hearts team who now drop to 3rd. Celtic, meanwhile, were beating Hibs 5-0, with Craig Burley scoring twice, their 6th consecutive clean sheet.